What's up, gangsters? How about 10 minutes of random? Okay, let's get into it. It's been a hot minute since I did one of these 10-minute of random things. So, here we go. First things first, I've got these R2600 in 1/32 scale from HPH Models. I'm honestly not going to talk much about them right here because I'm going to do a review. Suffice it to say, gigantic disappointment. Yeah, that was basically $25 a piece for those things down the drain, plus a bunch of, anyway. Yeah, I'm not going to get into it right now. Here's the other thing that I think is going to be much cooler and much less disappointing on my workbench. I got this neat book. I'm sure some of you have seen this model. On the old interwebs and been just as amazed as I've been about how amazing it is. And so I bought this book from the guys at AFV, and it took a few weeks to arrive, coronavirus being what it is and all that, but it's really nice. And this actually is the first time I'm opening it, so you guys are kind of getting a first look at it along with me. I'm not going to go through every page. Obviously, this is not a real book review. This is just a, hey, check this out because it's super dope. And it is. This guy, Robert Depp, I hope I've pronounced his name correctly. He's a little bit of an unknown. I don't see him around the Facebook groups or whatever, but he is clearly mad talented. And I'm looking forward to really studying this book and maybe learning some things. He's obviously quite good at scratch building and detailing. He sculpted these figures. I kind of chuckle because they all sort of look like brothers to me, but still, you can't deny the fact that sculpting is just amazing. That's a talent that I wish I had, but you can't have them all, right? So we just have to enjoy it from others and learn from it. Oh, look, it's even got photos of a restored bike in here. That's cool, man. Good references for anybody who's building this kit. I believe this is an Italeri 1/9 scale kit that he started with, which is allegedly pretty rough. So anyway, I'm super looking forward to getting into that. What else is going on? Well, I have been working a lot lately on my little Spitfire project and the build video series that I'm doing for it. It's just kind of turned into a lot of fun, and since the secret project that I've mentioned that I really was working on exclusively for about 3 months is now dead in the water. And it's dead in the water because of that engine thing. I don't have any engines that are acceptable now. So, anyway, yeah. But this thing has just been a lot of fun. Tamia just did a wonderful job with this kit, and this thing has just proven to be a lot of fun. And as you can see, since the last time I did one of these random videos, it's all painted up. This is all 100% MRP. All the markings and insignia are painted. The only thing on here that's not MRP is the Mr. Surfacer primer that's underneath all of that. This has been a lot of fun. And I'm close to finishing, which is cool because I haven't finished anything in well over 6 months, and that just feels pretty wrong. So this has been good. This has been a nice refresher, and it's been fun to make the video series. One thing that is impressing me a lot that I've been using is this Mr. Color Rapid Thinner. There's been, lots of chatter about this stuff out there. This was hard to get, kind of. Matt Bowl at Hobby World USA is always my go-to. but he's had a hard time getting this stuff and really all of his guns stuff because of the silliness of the bluefin distributor. And it's just a problem. But spraygunner.com is a good alternative source. They had this stuff, as well as some GX113 that I was looking for. So I finally broke down and ordered it, and I like this. I've been using it a lot more than I expected to, because I don't normally thin my MRP. It sprays wonderfully right out of the bottle. But when I'm doing post shading or doing touch-ups, both of which I have a lot of on this model, sometimes I want it to be a little more translucent, and I have found that, just like everybody had been saying, that it is a lot more controllable using the rapid thinner. And the idea with the rapid thinner, if you don't know, is lacquer thinners are basically designed to evaporate either normally on what is considered a normally hot day, slower than normal on a hotter day, or faster than normal on a cooler day. And it basically just has to do with the percentages of each component. Like anything that's got a whole lot of acetone in it is going to evaporate faster. And so basically all lacquer thinners are pretty similar. They just vary the ratios of all those components to make it do what they want to do. And in this case, this one is faster flashing. And so what that means, at least in theory, is that when it hits, it tends to stick and dry faster, as opposed to stay in liquid just long enough to allow things like spidering. Now, it's not that stuff won't spider. It certainly will if you get a little ham-fisted, but it does offer a little bit better control, and I really like it. I've been super impressed with it. So anyway, that's what's happening with that little thing. I've also been doing a lot of, obviously, cutting masks. Everything on this little spit that's masked, I cut on my Silhouette Portrait too. And this is the first time I've just really gotten into it for an aircraft model, and it's been a learning experience, and it's been pretty successful. I mean, look at the dinky little serial numbers. That's pushing the limits of what you can do. And I've been using this Aura Mask 810, which is really good on relatively flat surfaces, not so great on irregular surfaces. Washi is actually better for that, but for things like serial numbers and squadron codes, it's really good. And you can see how dinky the mask is. We've been sharing a lot of information in Scale Modelers Critique Group on settings for the portrait, and that's proven to be really helpful. Dudes are pushing it. Chris Corse cranked out, actually a couple of guys cranked out some numbers that were like 1.5 millimeters tall the other day. That was impressive. So that's been good. I also got this stuff. This popped up. This is called Rotico Professional Watch Cleaning Putty. And apparently this stuff is high-speed blue tack for all practical purposes. I mean, it better be, because that was $10. But, like, we have a couple of watchmakers in there. One of our moderators, Tony Lindgren, he's a professional watchmaker, going to school for that, and he talks real highly of this stuff. It's just sticky enough to work well for helping you hold on to little bitty tiny parts, and you can use it to remove smudges. It's not quite as sticky or as soft as regular old blue tack. So, but it essentially has all the same uses. So I don't know, we'll see. I kind of bought it on impulse because, I'm a tool whore. What can I say? And that, folks, is almost exactly 10 minutes. So, see ya.